I'm here today to give you some tips on what you can do to do a better job at the listening test, to get a higher score on the listening test. The first thing, the most important thing, is to read the instructions, I think. If you're not reading the instructions, you don't know exactly what it is that's required for the answer for the Ielts test. So the instructions might tell you to write down no more than 3 words or write down no more than 4 words. Numbers are important. If you get them wrong, your answer is wrong. When you're given the test, there's a little blip that lasts about 30 seconds that says, you will now have 30 seconds to look at questions number 9 to 15.
Anna Maria and Tom have persuaded Abdul to join the college badminton club. He is talking to the club secretary. As you listen, fill in the spaces 5 to 10 on the membership form. First, you have some time to look at the form.
All right. When you're looking at those questions, what I would be doing is I would be looking for a couple of things. I would be looking for keywords in the questions. I would underline them or circle them. The next thing I would do is I would think of synonyms, words that have a similar meaning to them.
How do you rate your game? Beginner? League?
Oh no, I'm not league standard. Just middling really. Not bad, but not good. Just play for fun and to keep fit.
It might have, for example, what does the student request? Now, you would underline request because you want to listen for that answer coming. But if you listen for the word request, it's probably not going to be in the text, and then you'll get lost. But if you think of synonyms for the key words, and then you're prepared, so you see request, you think, okay, maybe they'll say ask for. And then you're ready for the synonym to come.
You might call your doctor and say, I want to make an appointment for 3:15 in the afternoon. And the doctor will say, yes, that's Tuesday afternoon, the 3rd of March at 3:50. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Tuesday afternoon, the 3rd of March at 3:15. So when you're listening to it, they might go back and reverse the information. So just because you hear something the first time doesn't mean it's the right answer.
Also, look at the topic that it's talking about. For example, maybe it's talking about sport. As you see that, start to think about sport. We tend to organise vocabulary in groups in our brain. So what you need to do is kind of activate your vocabulary for a certain area. So when you see maybe the topic from the various questions, start thinking about words that you know as well. It's a lot to do in 30 seconds. But this is one thing you can do.
I've looked at students' work when they've done practice tests for me, and maybe the answer was 30 seconds, and the student wrote 30 S. S doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know what S is. Another student might have written 30 SEC. SEC is a standard abbreviation. If you're going to use abbreviations on the Ielts test, make sure you know what the standard abbreviation is for a native English speaker. I would say write out the word if you've got the time. Write the abbreviation when you're making notes for yourself on the test paper itself, because remember, on the listening test, you're given 10 minutes to transfer your answers at the end of the test. When you write out your answers on the answer sheet, write the whole word. The students tell me they've lost track. They don't know what's going on. They can't figure it out.
And then they start to panic and they lose their place. You need to think, if you miss an answer, don't worry about it. Go on.
Listen for key ideas. While you're listening, while you're lost, look down at your questions, find those key words, and listen for them. Chances are you're going to hear a word that fits one of the words in the question. And if you hear the word that fits in the question, pick up from that point. You're given 10 minutes at the end to transfer your answers. And, you know, miracles happen. Wonderful things happen. You might remember the question. You might remember the answer at the end when you're filling in your answer sheet.